chose my moment. I waited until right towards the end because I wanted to give the committee every chance to do what it, in my opinion, sadly did not do. I got up, I moved as quickly as I could towards him, with, I'll be perfectly honest with you, with the blood rushing through my head and my knees feeling a bit weak, my hands shaking and all those sorts of things that you'd expect. I got close to him. Just as I was getting close to him, Wendy Deng got up and sort of lunged at me, which was quite unexpected. Another, so I have no interest in being violent. I didn't particularly expect to be in a fight that day. I made my move and I realised that was a time, and I pushed the pie towards his face.
And at that moment, when you were pushing a paper plate full of shaving foam into the face of an 80-year-old, what were you feeling?
In sort of moments of high stress, it's quite hard to remember afterwards what you're feeling. I suppose there was a lot of adrenaline, there was a lot of fear. I'm quite a polite person, believe it or not, in real life, so there was actually quite a big sense of embarrassment as well about doing this. I'm not actually in the habit of throwing things at octogenarians. It was a very special case and a very special day for me. So yeah, actually more than anything else, I think it was a feeling of embarrassment, particularly as I realised the people in the room, MPs and such like, thought it was all very silly. I'd do it all over again, but that was my main feeling at the time, embarrassment.
It did look aggressive.
Did it? I didn't feel aggressive when I was doing it. It wasn't meant to be an aggressive act. The entire reason for using a shaving foam or a custard pie was because that highlights the silliness of it. I mean, people have called it an assault. I can't imagine that it was in any way painful. It was certainly only meant to be humiliating. It wasn't even meant to be scary. It was fundamentally meant to be a surreal act aimed at highlighting a very surreal process.
TV viewers didn't see Rupert Murdoch with shaving foam on his face. Did you?
I did, yes.
What did he look like?
He looked very silly. Actually, he was more reserved than the people around him. Wendy Deng obviously was in the process of attacking me. James Murdoch was standing up and shouting, oddly enough, at the police. Yeah, he looked very reserved and kind of just waiting for the people around him to take care of him, which I suppose they probably do on a daily basis.
What was it like being whacked by Wendy Deng?
Not as painful as it looked. What I do remember was seeing the rage in her eyes. I could see that there was genuine emotion in her eyes.
Where did she hit you? Where did she make contact?
On the head, and then she, to her credit, and kudos to her for this, she picked up the pie and threw it back at me.
And are you bruised? Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. I'm fine. I wouldn't like to have a rematch with her, but I didn't come off particularly scathed.
Did you say anything to Rupert Murdoch as you threw the foam at him?
I'd wanted to say something really sort of clever and witty and acerbic, but in the event, I think there was too much adrenaline going through my head, and I just called him a naughty billionaire, which perhaps underlined the silliness of what I was doing.
Did he hear it?
I'm fairly certain he did, yes.
Did he say anything to you?
No, as I say, he just sat there.
And the police afterwards, what did they say to you?
I was taken down into what I can only really describe as the dungeon of Parliament. It was a room underneath Parliament, and a slightly scary experience. It's not the first time I've been arrested, but it's the first time I've been told that I've got no rights and that I can be held indefinitely.